What's your Nando's order?
Peri tamer, medium, mix, so specific.
Game begin.
So welcome, I'm Maya, and you are?
Priya.
So do you want to start off by talking a little bit around the course that you're on and how you got there?
Yes, so I'm doing Associate Project Management at the moment. I've started in September and I've come straight from college, so it's quite a different experience, but I am really enjoying it so far. I get to get involved in a lot of different things around the business, so it is really good, yeah.
So you've probably got a bit of a newer perspective on the apprenticeship scheme as well, which will be really useful. I joined back in 2021, so I've just kind of finished my apprenticeship now. So it's been a journey, but I guess you'll have some like fresher, newer insight, especially for people that are gonna be looking to join. So just in terms of like your role, what's some of your day-to-day activities?
So in project management, there's a lot of finance that needs to be involved. So there is part of my role where I have to look at confidential finances like salaries of engineers, and like I get involved in what we call cost to serve, which is essentially, are we making money in comparison to how much we're spending in the office? If that means we're spending X amount on resource, then we need to make sure we're charging customers more than that for the jobs that we're putting out.
Interesting. So what first, I know you said that you came from college, what made you apply for an apprenticeship or just a BT apprenticeship?
So when I was in college, I think there's a lot of pressure to know what you want to do and where you want to go. So a lot of my friends knew like I want to go into medicine, I want to go into teaching, and I do think uni would be the good route to do traditional things like that, but for me I didn't know what I wanted to do, and I thought there was all this unnecessary pressure to know exactly what it was that I wanted to do at such a young age, when I'd rather do a job role, see if that's something I really like. So project management for me was to give me an insight into if it's something I want to do for the rest of my life. Do you know what I mean? Because I don't think anybody really knows what they want to do. Do you know what I mean? And like that's what scared me, because it being so new and like yeah, exactly. So not knowing what to expect, and then like being into the apprenticeship and like still not knowing, do you know what I mean? But then realizing it isn't about that. It's about putting your foot in the door and like actually getting that experience.
In terms of when you applied, let's talk a little bit around salary. I know that's a real big pull into getting into apprenticeships. Obviously with an apprenticeship normally, especially if it's level 6, you'll get your uni including that, so you'll walk away kind of like debt free, you'll get all your training, and you'll also be taking home a salary. Would you say that you are paid fairly for the work that you do?
I would say, so I'm level 4 apprenticeship, so that's foundation degree. I believe that's a bit lower than the level 6. I do find it insightful about managing finances, like since college, where you had a part-time job and it was just like you get money in and you just spend it wherever. Do you know what I mean? And now it's like I have to save and I have to invest. What's that about?
You're an adult.
Exactly. So the salary for me, it was like, oh my god, wow, like compared to anything I've ever done before, like in a little dessert parlour on minimum wage, like no way. So yeah, I would say it came when I saw it was like, oh, that's really nice, that. I think coming into it like further, I've realised the expenses that I have, like the trains, that's really dreadful. Every morning my train ticket's $18.20 on a morning, 3 days a week.
Where are you travelling from?
Huddersfield to Manchester.
And how far's that?
I get 2 trains to work.
I was actually in the Manchester office on Tuesday, and the office is quite new, isn't it?
Yeah,
and how have you found moving into like a new office, being in the office
So yeah,
often?
a lot
how
of
you found
change
that?
actually. So I was in Dial House before.
I have been there.
Yeah.
Not as nice as the current. Yeah, not as nice as the new office now, is it?
No.
Cold in there as well.
Yeah, and it's boiling in summer.
Yeah, I've been there.
It was nice because in my head, when I applied for the apprenticeship, I was applying for an apprenticeship like in that sort of office that I'm in now. So it was different to when I got to Dial House.
Yeah, and if you've been to Dial House, you'll know. That
Yeah.
it's kind of like, it was built when my grandparents were born, I think. Like it's
And so it was
outdated.
exciting. Yeah, I really did like the change. Like a lot of things on offer. And like a larger building meant more people are there and more chance to network. Like just go to the 10th floor and you'll see like loads of people from different teams, marketing and stuff. So I've made a lot of relations and it's nice.
So what would your typical day look like? So it's 9 a.m,
Yeah.
you're in the office, what next?
Okay, so I'd get in and I'd probably have my daily meeting in the morning. This is where we run through jobs that are in the day that we've sent engineers out to. Or it could be like raising issues. So that would be the chance to say we've applied access for a site and we're having lashback from the site provider. So that's where we'd get in touch with managers and say, look, we need help with this or flag any issues. After
That's
that,
good though, that you have the opportunity to raise things straight off
Yeah.
the bat, first thing in the morning, and get that support as
yeah,
well.
yeah, and it's logged every day, so that's nice. And then straight after, it would probably be either getting in touch with, there's a grad that is in my office and I've kind of like buddied with her almost. And like, yeah, so I'd have like meetings with her every so often and we'll just chat, and it's nice to have somebody that's was on the same boat as you, do you know what I mean? And after that, then it gets into the daily nitty-gritty of it. So it's like very much logistics and scheduling based, and I'll do all that, but on obviously every single day is different. Sometimes I'll go sit with the project managers on the floor and we'll run through the reports, or if there is anything in my coursework that I've seen that there's a gap missing, I'll speak to my manager and say, look, where can I get exposure? And I'd say like it is in your own hands. Your own day is your responsibility, like what you need to get done, and you need to make sure that is done, because it just keeps you on top of things, and if you just structure it in a nice way, then that's how you get things done.
So prior to joining BT, what are some of the skills that you had that you think has made you successful in, firstly, getting an apprenticeship and then in your actual role today?
I think networking is so important. Like, I remember speaking to people on LinkedIn before my apprenticeship to say like what questions were asked and like how did you get through that stage or this stage of the interview, and bringing that into BT has also helped with the exposure aspect, because at the start there was difficulty getting that project manager exposure. So now that I've tried to venture out and meet new people, then that's where I've kind of been able to fill those gaps in my coursework. So
Yeah.
when I came into the apprenticeship, I was like, this is going to give me an insight into project management and I'm going to know what I want to do afterwards. But I've kind of changed my outlook on that, and it's like, this is going to give me invaluable skills rather than know what to do, because I'm learning things all the time and learning from people and different perspectives about like communicating. Like, it's so simple, but like the way you form an email is just like so important in the workplace.
And you don't know that.
No,
before
exactly, yeah. But yeah.
And if a family or friend was looking to join an apprenticeship, what's one piece of advice that you would give them?
I'd say put yourself out there, like be confident and get involved, like things like this, like just volunteer to do things and you'll get to meet new people, you'll get to talk about your experience and you'll realise that BT is so much bigger than you actually thought that little dial house was. Like I thought there was no one else out there. But
I literally just thought that BT were the people that sold Wi-Fi. I just thought it was like BT Sports and Wi-Fi, but actually when you get into it you realise that how many products and services and the logistics behind it.
yeah, my dad was working for Virgin Media actually, so I'm competing with him, yeah.
Wow. Yeah, you're in it. I bet he can help you as well though.
Yeah. I was like, what's the CSG install and like, what's the Nokia box?
No, that's really helpful though, and especially with like the telecommunications industry, even though you are competitors, you actually sometimes see a lot of people kind of coming over to BT from competitors as well, so that's interesting.
Yeah, no, I agree. Oh, it is hot though.
I know, it is very hot.